People can see and hear us now.
That's good.
All right.
Things to say. Things to be seen.
Was my audio better?
Yes. I mean, usable for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that Jim's recording was heinous. But no, yeah, still getting a lot of just casual noise. It's sounding like it's near your and David's microphones, but like, no, your voice recordings have been very fine. I've just got to kind of silence at it makes the, like when I'm doing post on the show, I'm trying to like cut off everything like below a certain level, and I'm having to like raise that level to make sure I get rid of keyboard clicks or coughs or whatever, things like that. So it's a couple extra steps, but no, your recordings have both been fine. Not like your Jim's recording where you literally somehow recorded the entire call through your own headphones. I don't know what happened.
That's weird.
It was fascinatingly unusable. Like, can I lower this? Nope. This is going to be me echoing on Jesse's track the entire recording. This is super bad.
I love that movie.
Not like the good movie. So yeah. No, you guys are doing fine. Though, Jesse, I will say one thing. Do you stop recording right before the live show ends? Like when we announce the theme for the next episode, do you just hit stop and start exporting your audio?
Occasionally, if I feel like I'm not going to be saying anything else.
Because the last few times you've done that, sometimes you have then spoken after you've stopped.
Yeah, I realize that. I'm going to be better about that.
Maybe just give it until the bonus tunes start, just in case you want to chime in. Just in case.
And be sure to interrupt the bonus tunes with like a dick joke.
It's me. I have something to say.
Quick, guys. I forgot.
Stingrays on stilts.
Stop the presses.
We should do a clip show.
There's no presses. Stop the whatevers.
I don't know what you're talking about, Johnny. I press a recording of every episode of that too.
Stop the arpeggios.
GDT on vinyl.
Oh, we should do that. Literally, like for Patreons.
It would be
a lot of podcasts.
It would be like vinyl. A 2 LP set per episode.
Well, just one like special episode. We could just
put on one huge record.
Oh my god, that would be so
laser
cool.
disc.
Yeah,
that'd be cool too.
Oh my god, laser disc that tune.
I'm serious about the vinyl. We should do that sometime.
I remember looking that up not that long ago. It wasn't. I don't think it was that expensive. I think it was it wasn't that bad. It was just that you had to deal like the main issue was the length. The main issue was how long our episodes are.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when we talked about this before, you talked about making this shorter episodes specifically just to put on vinyl. Like
it's a good
like
idea.
a Patreon thing.
Yeah.
Our early episodes are barely over an hour. They could probably get on there. Problem is they sound like shit and we're bad at this.
Yeah, but nobody
our
buys
episodes. We sound like shit and we're bad at this, but they're like 2 hours. So.
Nobody's gonna buy the vinyl to actually listen to it. They're gonna buy it and just put it on a wall or something or on a shelf and be like, "Look at this! This is me."
They better listen to it.
So it doesn't have to actually sound good.
They better use it for like DJ sets. Doing some scratching of our podcasts.
Oh my god!
Play that in a club disco.
That would be amazing. Dick Boss.
Is the answer bats? Bats?
I think we just came up with a new bit.
Oh, we sure didn't. No, sir. So yeah. Let's get some vinyl records made.
Yes.
Done. And by done, I mean I haven't done anything, but
it's good. Add the tier to Patreon.
All right. Who's ready to start the show?
Yes.
I am.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Gain That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington here. We've got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got the GTT King himself, David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune in the house once again. It's episode 324. And man, oh man, we're just plugging away at it, moving right along, continuing to make this podcast well into episodes in the 300s. It's just every time I say it, I'm baffled that that we've continued. We're so good and so absurd. And we're gonna do an episode tonight, much like every other episode we've ever done. What we're going to do is listen to video game tunes. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off and have a lot of fun, and the winner at the end of the night picks a theme for the next episode and plays their bonus tunes. And our winner last week was the beflanneled, the Al Borland of Game That Tune tonight, John Regan. And Johnny got to... pick a fantastic theme for tonight's episode, and of course landed on what fantastic theme, John?
John, that's very generous of you to call it a fantastic theme.
I'm sorry, 2 fantastic themes.
Yeah, it's 2 fantastic themes. Thank you. Tonight's theme is games played in the third person or games set in a sterile environment.
Uh-huh.
I landed on that because the episode before was, first-person games or games in the wilderness. And I thought, well, what's the opposite of that?
Mm-hmm.
So there we go.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could have been games taking place in a city if that was the case. But yes, the full opposite of the wilderness, it would be a fully sterile environment, yes. It's an interesting set of themes you got there, Johnny, because, when we've been doing these stupid-ass double themes lately and taking bets on, whether or not it was going to be more bears versus more fighting games or more wilderness versus more first-person games. I get the feeling I know what the balance is going to be between sterile environments and third-person games. I'm very intrigued to see where we all went with this one, because methinks there are so many sterile environments, and we've used so many third-person games on the show that it's got to be a 5-0 shutout. It's got to be all sterile tonight. It's got to be just clean, baby. Labs, manufacturing facilities, kitchens, vacuums of space.
I'm really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to next episode when we up the theme to 6th-person games.
Oh,
and we start playing some weird shit.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Do you want this theme, or do you want to double it and give it to the next person? Thank you, David.
That was brilliant, Jesse.
It's funny to someone. That's what's important here on Game That Tune. As long as someone laughs, Johnny, keep that in mind. Anytime you're doing anything for the show, make sure someone laughs, not just yourself. Just my tip to you, sir, because I'm laughing at sterile environments. Third person games, no laughing matter. But this it should be good. I think we got 5 fantastic games. I'm sure that we chose a fantastic fan request. I saw which ones. I saw the requests that we got. They were all fantastic, and all really understood what a sterile environment is. And barely any of them were requests for third person games. So I think we've got a great show coming up for you guys tonight. So Johnny, let's just dive right into those tunes, baby. Let's start game 1.
Game 1.
All right, guys. So this game has more than one bird person in it. The shopkeeper of the game is an anthropomorphic peacock, and you meet a companion character named Ferdinand Duckinson III, which is an anthropomorphic duck. Man, I'm feeling great after that. How about you guys?
Oh, very good.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
And I'm ready. Let's see it. Oh, man. Johnny says Bird Ferguson. Sadly incorrect. David says Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. A good guess based on the anthropomorphic animals. Sadly incorrect. Jesse says Goat Simulator 3. That'd be pretty great if Goat Simulator 3 had anthropomorphic birds in it. But no, unfortunately, that is also incorrect. No, guys, this is a strange, cute little indie game for the Switch and other consoles. A game by the name of Rainbow Billy, the Curse of the Leviathan. Have any of you ever heard of Rainbow Billy, the Curse of the Leviathan?
I love that title. I love everything about that title, especially because the first part makes it seem like an adorable, like Kirby-esque game, and then Curse of the Leviathan. Like, what the fuck?
It's got to have some Kirby DNA in there because yes, it's Rainbow Billy, the Curse of the Leviathan. You play as an adorable, colorful little guy in a world of imagination, and then a terrible dragon Leviathan comes and sucks all the color out of the world and turns all the creatures into the world into I guess they don't turn into anything. What they become is characters that only experience their most intense negative feelings. Like they all become sad and paranoid and upset.
Before we get further into the game, I'm racking my brain trying to think of things that this title is not a good title for, right? Like, if you said, hey, John, there's a new bar in town. It's called Rainbow Billy, the Curse of the Leviathan, I would 100% be there.
I'd be all about that bar.
If there was a ride at a theme park called Rainbow Billy: The Curse of the Leviathan, I'm on it.
It pulls you in.
Yeah.
Would you like to try our special for the day? Rainbow Billy and the Curse of the Leviathan. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fucking here for it.
What is that? Oh, it's it's a pint and a shot and a fancy sub. Oh yeah, sounds great.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like, you go into a deli, it's like, today's special, Rainbow Billy and the Curse of the Leviathan. Like, all right.
Yeah,
It works for
anything.
It works for everything.
Yeah. Oh man. You know what it kind of doesn't work for is people knowing about this game. I don't think that people fucking like learned of this game existing really. This flew super under my radar. And I don't think it really got on anyone's radar. Maybe people that are out there searching for, I don't know, like wholesome, colorful games on, the Switch eShop. But yeah, it's man, it is just charming. Charming is what this game is. It's I think they basically it's a lot like draws a lot of inspiration from Paper Mario. You got little 2D characters, colorful world, 2D characters moving around in like a 3D-ish world, some light platforming, and then some RPG battles, but they're not really battles so much as they are little mini games. It seems, like one of the things that indie developers have done well is, it's like, okay, Nintendo only wants to make like one Paper Mario game every few years, and they keep making them kind of shitty. You know what we're going to do? We're going to make our own Paper Mario games, and we're going to make them fucking charming. So it's,
I'm looking at pictures of it now, and presumably Rainbow Billy looks like this adorable little precocious child who's drawn kind of like half 1930s cartoon, half like 1960s anime.
right.
And then on the other side, there's presumably the Leviathan, who is just this evil monster looking dragon. It's like,
Yeah.
They really went in on this.
But see, even the Leviathan is kind of cute and like Fleischer style because he's got multiple hands and he's got the little white gloves on all the hands. Like, he's still a large, scary dragon, but he's got like the classic animation look to him. The character designs, I don't know if they are actual Fleischer. They're definitely not like rubber hose, but the cute is what they are. All the characters are very, very cute. And so what happens is the Leviathan sucks all the color out of the world, and you have to work with your couple little they're not anthropomorphic, but they're given life. You have an ally that's a tugboat named the Friendship, and you have a magic fishing rod named Rodrigo, and you have to go around and find the characters that have had the color sucked out of them and restore them to their normal state, and then they join you as an ally. So it's a monster catching RPG. It's like a team building thing. You have to train them up by giving them gifts. They become your friends and they ride around on your ship with you, and then you give them treasures to level them up, and that unlocks new sets of attacks and interactions and things like that. It's adorable, and all the characters are just cute, and it's like, okay, yeah, you build out your team with cute little characters. So I guess there's also like an aspect of like deck building to it. Like it's got a lot going on. There's a lot going on under the hood. It's a cute little game with some cute, interesting mechanics to it.
I do want to ask, because the game style does seem based on that like old 1930s, 1940s animation, and your fishing rod is named Rodrigo. Is that a racist caricature?
No.
Oh,
no,
good. Good.
I think it's just the only one. I think it's the only name they could come up with that had like Rod in it. If they had called us, we would have been like, yeah, it's, the fishing pole's name is Rodney, and that would have been that.
Shit.
And also, all the characters they talk in that kind of Banjo-Kazooie style, which you would think would be annoying, but somehow in this game is quite cute. Obviously I can't replicate like the sounds that they're making, but like Rodrigo, all his little like sounds sound like kind of like a whispering, like snickering sound. It's very, very cute. And your friendship, the boat that you ride around in. It just sounds like it goes like toot 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 toot, and it's fucking adorable. Like you're talking with your little tugboat that you ride around on that's powered by rainbows and friendship, and it talks to you in little toot toots. It's just a fucking charming game.
Now I wish they had called us to design Rodrigo.
I would have. I would have had some input for this game.
It's like, yeah, his name is Rodney, and then you turn to it to like the message box pops up. Surprise, motherfuckers!
Eat shit, bitches.
But yeah,
yeah, babooba, babooba. Yeah, that's the only thing the fishing rod says apparently. But yeah, and so the big crux of the game is that the battles aren't actually violent battles. It's kind of interesting. It's a game that you can kind of use to talk to kids about basic kind of psychology and listening and talking to people and finding out what's wrong with them. So when you encounter one of the creatures, you go into like a battle scene. But the first, you get two options: you can talk or you can listen, and only by listening do you learn what it is that you need to like respond to in order to get the creature to have its color return and become your friend. And so you listen first, and it gives you some dialogue options. And from what I saw, unfortunately, dialogue options are not complicated. It's like, all right, here's three options. One is the right option. The other one is the right option, but maybe slightly less perfectly worded, like less empathetically worded. And then the third option is the one that will lose you the battle and make the character that you're playing against like not respond. So it's like, yeah, I'm sad. It's like, I understand, and I really want to help you feel better. Or we all get like that sometimes. Or okay, bitch, suck it up. And it's like, okay, don't choose that last one. Like that's not going to work. This isn't like there's nothing like subversive under the hood. It's not like, I don't know, Undertale or anything. Like you never reverse psychology anybody in these games or in this game. It's just help the creature find its way, and then once you figure it out, it shows you like basically like a shape, and you choose a character of yours that can use that shape. And it's not an attack; it's a conversation that you guys have. But in order to have the conversation, your little character creature that you have with you has to complete a little mini game to like check a box on the creature that you're fighting against. So, and that's like Paper Mario, where you got to do a timing based thing to inflict damage points or whatever. This one, it's like each character that you have in your party has a different mini game attached to their quote unquote attack style. So it's really cute, and and an interesting kind of spin on the Paper Mario formula, and the I don't know, trying to be games that are kind of progressive and have like an empathetic worldview and things. It's like, all right, yeah, that's actually very sweet. And the dialogue's all very cute, and the creatures are very cute. It's just it's an all around cute game. I was captivated by it.
Is it sterile?
So here's the thing. No, doesn't take place in a sterile environment. It's a third person game. First and foremost, I was not enjoying searching for games that fit the theme, and so I thought maybe I would do something stupid. So I started searching for bird person games. Games with anthropomorphic bird animals, and that's why I got the trivia involving the shopkeeping peacock and Fernie, your companion duck explorer guy. And then I found this game, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is charming. I'm not doing the bird person bit. I'll use it somehow, but like, man, I'm glad I fucking went down that dumb rabbit hole. Like this, I'm really happy to have discovered this, because like, I'm going to put it on my wish list. If it goes on sale, I'm grabbing it. Like, it's just it's a super cute game. And, it just seems like it's above and beyond like what some of these other indies kind of crank out. This one's just, I don't know. It's brimming with charm, and kind of game I have no problem with my son playing. He could probably handle playing it. I mean, I might have to help him with a couple of the more complicated little, attacking mini games, but it's like, it's a game that encourages my kid to read and listen to what other people are saying and empathize. Yeah, cool. I'll play that. And it's got cute monster designs, and you get to sail around a little tugboat powered by rainbows. Yeah, all right. Sounds cool. And at its core, it's just a Paper Mario game, but with a different coat of paint on it. Cool. Yep, I'm in. Sounds great.
No, I think he needs to play something with a chainsaw and a spread gun.
And that's the thing. The other thing is, I thought that there was going to be some weird subversion of this going on, because in the video that I watched, one of the first things you do, you're in the world of imagination, and one of the first characters you encounter is a trash can with 2 eyes. And it's like just bouncing around like a happy, like Banjo-Kazooie character trash can. It's like, yeah, everything's trash when you put it in me. I love trash. I'm like, it's gonna be some weird sarcastic game. And it's like, no, apparently that's the only real instance of that. I don't know what they were doing with those trash cans in the opening scene, but no, apparently, it's more straightforward and just kind of normal, I don't know, kid shit than that. So maybe I need to play it all the way to the end, and there's some weird subversion waiting for me. Maybe it's a Kirby thing where some horrifying thing is going to happen.
No, it's a cute, charming, kid-friendly game. There is a little bit in the beginning that's kind of a subversion. In the first area, you kill a hooker.
Right.
But after that,
and that's the whole thing. The whole thing is just manifested as a trauma fever dream from killing that first hooker. It sucked all the color out of the world. The hooker's name was Leviathan. Crazy. But yeah, it's from what I can tell,
Game that tune. Hookers bring color to the world.
Yes. Don't
T-shirt idea.
A hooker named Leviathan. I'm into it. You could. I mean, Johnny, talk about things you can sell with this name. Which hook are you going for? You gonna pick Rainbow Billy, or are you gonna pick the Leviathan?
Both.
Yeah, both at the same time. That's the special.
Yeah,
that's what they call the curse.
They gotta get that curse, baby.
That's the first thing I would do if I had $1 million.
Rainbow Billy and the Curse of the Leviathan. Yeah. At the same time, man. Fucking A. But yeah, it's a cute little game. I would say keep an eye out for it, because I'm gonna be, because I don't know, I'm charmed by it. I'm glad that I like I said, I went down I found a dumb way to find this game, and I'm glad that I did, because I truly, if this was in a Nintendo Direct sizzle reel at some point, I missed it. So do a better job of marketing your game, whoever made this, whoever you are. I want Rainbow Billy in the next Smash, or else, you guys have failed. But in the meantime, great game. Fun soundtrack, too. Shout out to the composer, Frenchy guys, Canadian team. Antoine Vachon. Nice soundtrack. And, yeah, good game. Johnny, let's keep moving.
Game 2.
So, to promote the game, the publisher developed a flash game where players had to rapidly click on a metal door to unlock it, and if they succeeded, one of the female characters from the game would be revealed with a truthful message. But for some reason, the flash game included subsequent secret stages where you could rapidly click on the character's breasts and, quote, unlock her clothes until she was fully undressed. All right, who's got some answers?
Do I ever?
God, what a promotion. All right, so gonna wait for Jesse here to finish. All right, so Jesse drew a penis at a door, which is pretty close. David said this ain't Trauma Center, a Triple X parody. Sadly incorrect. And John wrote Rainbow Billy: The Curse of the Leviathan. John, that's your game.
Yeah, but it sounds like a great name for this game.
It is a great name for this game, but no, this is Zero Escape: Virtue's Last Reward.
Now let's workshop this title a little bit. Is the character's name Zero Escape?
No, strangely enough, the character's name is Rainbow Billy.
Okay. And now, could Virtue's Last Reward be considered some sort of curse?
I think it could. Yeah, honestly.
Pulled out by a large creature of some kind?
Wait, was the theme Rainbow and Curse games?
It is now. It's now games with rainbows and leviathans. You fucked up, Jesse.
So no, this is Zero Escape: Virtue's Last Reward, which is a sequel to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. So I think Jesse was on
this one.
I think Jesse was on the right track when he drew the penis next to a door.
Just needed 9 more doors.
Yeah. And wait, no, 8 more doors.
9 more penises.
8 more penises. There's already one.
He probably could have drawn it if he had 9 more hours.
Right. Oy.
This is our fan request from Acre in the Discord.
Sure.
I seem to recall, weren't these games first person?
Yes, but they're played in a sterile environment. That's how they're being qualified here.
Okay, Johnny, hold on. Let's game over this requester. What sterile environment? Describe the sterility of the environment of this insane game in which you can click women's breasts out.
Well, that's just the promotional material. There's no point in this game where you can undress a woman. This came
Is
out
there
on
a woman in this game?
This came out on the 3DS, guys.
I know. I thought it was an insane thing to accidentally include. Hey. So the clickable woman clothing is not part of the game?
Not at all. And when asked about it, the publisher basically said, "Hey, sex sells." They just
me so horny, if you will.
I just what a way to promote, because this came out in 2012. I'm pretty sure Flash was dying at this point, if not already dead. Flash is on the way out. Putting out a Flash game in 2012 was kind of a strange choice. And then, making it a porno game. What the hell?
But they didn't. They made it. They promoted it with porno. Yes.
Oh, that's what I mean. The Flash game. It was a porno promo.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
And that's why, especially because I was aware of this game, but I didn't actually play it. And I just had to look it up to confirm. Yeah, it's like a first-person visual novel adventure game where you're trapped in an area and have to work your way out of it. So why would you have naked breasts?
Yeah.
Again,
baby.
Sex sells.
Yeah.
Sex sells.
You know what's cool, David? Nipples.
Sex.
Yeah, nipples are pretty cool.
They're dope, man.
People like to come.
You ever seen some nipples?
Obviously.
Nipples are cool.
Describe them, David.
They're sterile.
Yeah. Go on. If you're doing it right.
Jesse, goddamn.
I'm helping you, in case you forgot.
Trying to give you a visual aid.
They're beautiful. They're round. There's a little bump in the center, and they excite me.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy's seen a nipple.
Math checks out.
Yeah. No. Okay. He's cool, guys. He's cool. He can stay.
See, I don't know a goddamn thing about this game.
Oh, what a shock!
Johnny, what kind of prep you doing for the show, man?
So no, I do know that David mentioned it's a visual novel kind of thing. Basically, it does have sort of two modes to the game. You alternate between a visual novel where you're just responding to some dialogue, and then there's puzzles. And so your puzzles are things like a lights out kind of puzzle, or a sliding puzzle, little brain teasers, and you play those in the first person. And you're working your way out of I think it's on a ship or something, but it all looks like a hospital kind of environment, almost like a mental hospital, but with
Hold on, yeah, I was gonna say a ship ain't sterile, baby. You hear about those cruise ship nightmares? What are you talking about, Johnny? Who told you a cruise ship was a sterile environment?
That's where I do all my surgeries. Cruise ships.
Well, I mean, it's cheaper once you get in international waters. I mean,
yeah. You get a significant discount from Dr. Morbius when you do it in international waters.
Oh no!
Describe the surgery that you got, Johnny.
Once again, the answer is bats.
Yeah. Those bat surgeries. Oh man.
And then there's one neat feature is the game has 24 different endings, but you don't have to play the game 24 different times. as you play the game, you're presented with a flow chart, and you can go back and replay an area and get a different outcome, and eventually visit all 24
takes some of the fun out of it. Like, what's the the mystery of unlocking this like cool new ending? No, you diverge from the path here on this chart. Like, oh, okay. I guess I'll go correct that then. Thank you.
Well, so some stuff though you can only do like some plot lines can only be followed from other like you have to go through a plot line, learn a password or something, and then go back and use that password, right?
Okay, well, yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of almost like a time travel almost element to it,
Mm-hmm. It sounds cool.
And now I'm reading it more. It is not on a spaceship. It is in a abandoned warehouse-like facility. Again, though, from the images I'm looking at, all these rooms look like a padded room at a mental hospital, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it's a fairly sterile environment.
Yeah, abandoned warehouses, famously upkept.
Man, I'm not sure we. I scolded one of the people that made a request this week for choosing a game, one that had already been on the show, but two, a game in which you clean up fucking like mutilated bodies. It's like, that's not a sterile environment. I'm not sure this is a sterile environment either, Johnny. Like an abandoned warehouse made to look like a clean lab. I don't think that satisfies the requirement of this fucking game or of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go to my point that if it's abandoned, who's upkeeping it? It can't possibly be sterile.
Well, but maybe they abandoned it and they cleaned before they left. They got their deposit back. They sterilized the building before they left. Don't you have to do that to your apartment when you move out? Sterilize the whole thing?
Yeah. No, so okay, so it's not an abandoned warehouse, it's an abandoned warehouse-like facility. So it is a facility that's maintained.
Okay, so wait.
Remember the facility in GoldenEye?
Yeah, I love that level.
Ooh.
It's a facility made to appear as an abandoned warehouse, or it's an abandoned warehouse-like facility, implying that the facility was warehouse-like and then someone abandoned it.
Game 3.
Oh, man.
No, I honestly don't know.
It's fine. I'm just, it's crazy, John. It's absolutely insane that you seem to have missed both prompts for the episode.
I didn't miss both prompts.
It's a warehouse-like facility that was abandoned but made to look like a mental hospital.
Sounds pretty sanitary.
Yeah, sounds all kind. I would eat off those floors, man. Look at that. That looks so clean.
Oh man. Johnny, thank the requester, and let's game over them and move on to the next game.
Thank you, Acre.
Game over!
Game 3.
so the main character's parents are named Lily and Todd Hops. This is to keep with the game's amphibian theme. All right, gentlemen, who has their answers?
I think I have a pretty good guess.
All right, so Jesse says Frogger 3D. Sadly incorrect. John and Johnny both have the correct answer. This is Frog Gun. Frog Gun.
Didn't know you played
What a
this,
game.
David.
I actually looked into this game, and I think went so far as buying the soundtrack for the last August Absurdity, and then like called an audible at the last minute and didn't use it. So I actually got this in my Bandcamp library for a few months now.
Nice. Good soundtrack.
Yeah,
It's a very good soundtrack. It's also a very good game. Has anybody played it?
Nah.
Nope, just bought the soundtrack.
I've heard about it, and I thought this is definitely a game none of the GTT guys will play.
See, Jesse, I'm
I was
kind of
wrong.
amazed. I'm kind of amazed that you would say that because, Johnny, let me describe this game and see if it, to you, might possibly pique my interest.
Oh,
So
okay,
you-
well, first, I will say I am aware of this game, and it piqued my interest. I just didn't really pull the trigger on it. It's a cute looking game.
All right, so Johnny, I guess. So you play as it's a 3D platformer, like a puzzle platformer,
Okay.
where you play as a cute young girl whose weapon is basically a hook shot, except it's a frog that uses its tongue to like grab items and like latch onto things. And it's specifically designed to look like a PlayStation 1 game. Like the game looks like Mega Man Legends, straight up.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there an option to make it look like a Nintendo 64 game instead, or is it strictly PS1?
It's a worthwhile question, yes.
You know, I don't know if there's an option, but it looks very PS1.
Yeah, no. I can think of a number of ways that scratches David's itches. Female main character, mid-90s, polygon aesthetic rather than 16-bit aesthetic. Anthropomorphic weapon. Just what's the word I'm looking for? Absurdist, like humor. Like you have a gun that's a frog, and that's the name of the game.
It is.
Yes,
It's just it's a very charming game, and like I said, the frog gun basically works like a hook shot in Zelda. And that's like your one item. So you can grab objects, pull them, and then throw them at enemies. You can grab enemies. You can latch onto walls. Basically, you land in this subterranean, ruined world because your parents are archaeologists and they disappear. So you go with their frog gun that they left behind to try to find him. And you go.
Real quick, does the frog gun talk to you? Like, is it a character?
Yes.
Okay, good. Bonus, extra points for that. Yes, David loves a cute character that talks to the main character.
So, you're going through like these ancient ruin levels, exploring them, and every stage has like multiple objectives in it. So you can beat the stage just by getting to the end, no problem. But then you can go back and replay them to beat it in a certain time. Make sure you collect all these things. It kind of reminds me of the like the virtual stages in Sonic Frontiers.
Ooh, okay. Now you got my interest.
You have like multiple objectives. So like you can easily beat the game, but then you can also go back to do like a completionist run to hit every objective. And it's a very fun little charming indie game, which is played in the third person.
Right. I was going to say Frog's not traditionally associated with sterile environments.
No.
Yes. So thankfully it satisfies the other theme. Again, it should satisfy one of two themes tonight, guys, the games that we choose.
Is that how the theme works?
Yeah, that's what the theme means.
Just a suggestion.
Let it guide your pick. Jesse, I know you're still in the process of picking a new game, so maybe pick a game that satisfies the theme. One of them.
So it's rainbows and curses.
Leviathans, rainbows, curses, living guns,
frogs,
and 32-bit games.
A 32-bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I got one.
Female main characters.
Oh, we used this one already.
And now we're using and, not or.
Okay.
Well, man, have I got a game that fits that theme. And luckily I chose it.
So
now, is the
Hentai Survivors
this game Rainbow Billy?
Sorry, I missed it.
Do you use the frog gun to overcome a Leviathan's curse?
In a lot of ways, yes.
Good.
I don't have
idea of what you could rename this game.
I don't have a segue to this, but you do meet up with a rival character. It's another kid named Jake, but instead of a frog gun, he has a partner snake named Snatch. And I'm glad they went with frog gun because like Snatch Snake, I don't think would have been a good title for this game.
Well, I think they would just call it Snatch.
Yeah. Whoa.
Or maybe the next game they make will be about that person.
Mm-hmm. Jake and the curse
Snatch Man
of the Snatch Snake.
Oh, Jake and the One-Eyed Snake. There you go.
We've all been cursed by the Snatch Snake at some point in our lives, guys. Am I right?
That's it. The Snatch Snake. The next game in this series, Lady Terminator, the video game.
Is that,
Oh.
is that why it hurts when I pee?
Yeah.
Jesse, we've been through this. Please visit a doctor.
Please get yourself tested for Snatch Snakes.
Oh.
I'm begging you for years, baby. Full blown.
Full blown Snatch Snakes.
Yeah,
Episode title.
Slither this way and that.
Yep.
I hear full blown and I imagine a blown out penis. Like,
oh God,
what?
Full blown out with Snatch Snakes.
Wow. And here I was trying to get back to frog gun, and Johnny's thinking musket shaped penis.
Like a blunderbuss.
Boof. So yeah, no, David, this game looks charming, man. I like how stupid it is. Like, I mean stupid in a great way. Like, it's called Frog Gun. You're holding a thing that's shaped like a frog and a gun. Okay, great, good enough. Yeah, sounds great. And the fact they use it to make a charming throwback like 3D platformer even better. You know, I grew up playing shitty Nintendo 64 games. You know, I rented Chameleon Twist. This sounds great. Like, you know, Frog Gun's a return to form, baby.
Well, and that's what I love about it. Like, it's a very silly idea. And again, I mean that in the best way, but it seems like the kind of idea that would have come out in like 95.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have been called Frog Gun at that point. Like the title is what kind of takes it into like postmodernism. They would have called it something. They would have concealed the conceit of the game better. They wouldn't have merely called it Frog Gun.
It would have been called something like Rainbow Froggy, The Curse of the Frog Gun.
Exactly. Well, no, they wouldn't mention the Frog Gun. It would just be a thing. You know,
the Leviathan gun.
Mm-hmm. The Frog Gun would be given to you by the Leviathan.
Rainbow Renata and the Curse of the Snatch Snake.
Exactly.
The main character's name is Renata, by the way.
I know all about that.
Yep. Been there with Renata. You know.
When you run out of toilet paper, am I right?
I don't know how we got so off track here, but we're never getting this back on track, David. You know, this charming game with a charming conceit and and a great style. Is there anything else you want to say before we get back to toilets or blowouts?
No,
say it now while Jesse's laughing.
I didn't really have much to say about this game other than it's really adorable and a lot of fun.
I would like to play, man.
It plays in the third person.
We're clamoring for those mid '90s indie throwback games. So more games like this, please. It can't be that hard to make them.
Game 4.
right, guys. Let's see here. So in this game, I had a hard time actually finding real trivia for this, so I'll just give a quick plot synopsis. The main character, Eric, and his unnamed girlfriend need to try to refuel their ship so they can return home from their date in outer space. All right, guys, who's got some answers?
Want answers?
Yeah,
Depends
I want
on
some answers.
definition.
All right, so Jesse Drew Appeals says that's cock. David says this ain't Lost in Space, a triple X parody, which is incorrect. And John wrote Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan. Sadly incorrect. No, this is a Game Boy game called Out of Gas.
You know,
A Game Boy
I'm
game, huh?
really kind of ashamed of myself because I thought Tracks, the adorable tank game on Game Boy, was the most obscure thing that we could bring up here. And then you come up with a space gas? What?
So the story of this game.
Actually, I'm going to start perusing the list of like Game Boy games we've used because I feel like each of us have at some point brought a very obscure Game Boy game, and this is Johnny's time. Like this, I'm sorry. What the fuck?
So it's
Oh shit! I forgot about Super Hunchback.
So
How did you forget about Super Hunchback?
yeah. It's
Hit
got
the song, Johnny.
So in this game, you and your girlfriend are out on a cruise in space and you run out of gas. And so you have to exit the ship in your little like tiny flying around space shuttle and collect gas and bring it back to the ship so you can go home.
Is it just like gas canisters floating in space?
Basically, yes. No, so the little basically each level is a little stage where you have these like numbered round things you gotta collect in the right order. So the goal is to find stuff in the right order and collect them while avoiding obstacles and things like that. And there's a time limit. But this soundtrack slaps, guys. This soundtrack is quite good. And then, yeah, the screenshots are great because this game has cutscenes and they just look terrible. Like, they're so good.
They look like a Garfield comic.
These are incredible.
No, that's an insult to Garfield, David. This is bad. Like, this looks like a Garfield fan art. I would give you
This
that.
looks like I drew it.
Yeah. If somebody was drawing Garfield fan art in MS Paint, that's what you get. Like, that's what this is.
You know, I feel kind of bad for the guy because he's definitely trying, but the look on his girlfriend, he is not getting anywhere tonight.
Oh, she's 100% over it. And I just want to point out his spaceship has a flame paint job like a car, like a hot rod, which is awesome. And if we get to the point where we're cruising through space casually, that's exactly what I want my ship to look like.
Yes,
1950s
because
hot
a vehicle that must leave and re-enter an atmosphere should absolutely be decorated with flames on the front.
Fuck yeah, it should. Let's try to sound sarcastic on that, David. They're right.
And yeah, it's just like a fun puzzle game made by like 4 people. The developer is Real Time Associates. And yeah, I had to get.
You're just reading the wiki now. Let's talk about the obscure Game Boy games that we've all brought to the show prior to this.
Is this a lightning round?
It could be, but I don't really know how to score it. So I was wrong. One of us has not ever brought a terribly obscure Game Boy game to the show.
Is it Jesse? I guess
No,
it's
me.
Jesse. Ah,
In the entire lifetime of this show, I have used 4 Game Boy games.
Which one did I bring?
The first was Pokemon Yellow. After that, Turok Battle of the Bionosaurs Classic. And then I also used Pokemon Red and Blue and Pokemon Pinball. So yeah, I'm not our obscure Game Boy guy.
That's right. I brought Super Hunchback.
Yes, I allowed you to bring Super Hunchback. Jesse has brought only a few Game Boy games, but some more obscure ones, including Little Nicky, WWF Betrayal, Monkey Puncher, and of course Metal Walker.
Okay, fair enough.
Those are all fairly obscure. David, handheld boy that he is, he's brought more than Jesse. Mostly like Nintendo stuff, but he also brought tracks. He provided us Avenging Spirit, Kid Dracula, Super Hunchback, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, I forgot about Avenging Spirit.
Yes. And strangely, the king of the show in terms of Game Boy games is Johnny.
Hey!
Johnny's brought more Game Boy games than anybody else. A lot of big names, but also as the show's worn on, Johnny's dove deep into the Game Boy catalog for games like Altered Space, Cruisin' Exotica on Game Boy Color, The Smurfs, Animorphs, Adventures with Barbie Ocean Discovery, Wave Race, and most recently Spawn for Game Boy. So I'm not sure which one of us is the obscure Game Boy king. It's certainly not me. It's one of you guys, but Johnny's our most prolific Game Boy provider, followed by David, then Jesse, then me. And this continues Johnny's pattern. I think with this, Johnny might take the title of obscure Game Boy king for the show.
yes.
Because seriously, what the fuck is a game in which you run out of gas and collect gas?
Go outside and get some gas.
Yeah, exactly.
What
Hey,
I
we
think
gotta
is-
get gas. What do you want to do? I don't know. We should probably get gas.
What I think is great is if you look at the screenshots and everything, you're not in like a spacesuit trying to get it. You're in a smaller shuttle. So you're using gas in order to collect gas to get home.
Got to use our dinghy, our space dinghy, to go get some gas for the big ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when I ran out of gas in my car and I pulled out my moped from the trunk and rode to go get some gas. People do.
I just want to point out too that in this shuttle they're flying around and they have a pair of fuzzy dice hanging from a rearview mirror.
I mean, Johnny, it was the 90s.
Oh God. Yeah. So we also, FYI, that was the entire soundtrack that we just played.
Oh, okay. Perfect. That's not gonna have much soundtrack slap since we just heard it.
3
I love
songs,
it.
baby.
I love the idea of Johnny like finding this game. It's like, oh, this is a really good song. How many songs are in the soundtrack? 3.
Three.
Perfect.
And a jingle? All right.
All I need.
Yep. Man. Yeah. You know, I think this was a good opportunity to do a little. I don't like to be too self-referential on the show and reference our own insane note-keeping and database. But in this case, I think it worked out really well. Because what the fuck? It's the Game Boy is home to some strange games. Maybe Johnny, do you think this game might show up on the Nintendo Switch online service here in the next few days? You
God,
think,
if they've been reading my letters.
Yeah. So you wrote them the letter that got them to include the Alone in the Dark game on the Switch thing, right?
Oh yeah, for months. Yeah. I've been saying my list of Game Boys of Switch, Game Boy, whatever.
Only one
must-haves.
Mario Land. I'd like Gargoyle's Quest, and please give us Alone in the Dark on Game Boy.
Yeah.
God.
You know what I think? What happened was he had wrote that he just loves to be alone in the dark with the Game Boy, and they're like, "Hey, that's a good idea," and they totally misunderstood what Johnny was trying to say because Johnny was trying to be polite.
He was trying to say he likes to masturbate while playing Out of Gas.
Yeah, out of gas.
I was gonna say,
Alone in the Dark on the Switch.
guys, I don't know if you remember this. You really can't play Game Boy in the dark.
That's what's so sexy about it, Johnny. Oh, it's like playing with a stranger.
You hear all the beeps and the boops, but you can't see what's going on.
Oh, did I collect your gas? Oh, like it when I collect it like that? Uh-oh. Did I get a game over? Have I heard all 3 songs of this soundtrack? I don't know about you, but I'm finished. Wipe yourself up, Game Boy.
Jesus.
Episode title.
Game 5.
All right. So, many of the noteworthy characters in this game are named after foods and beverages, such as chai, peppermint, macaron, cinnamon, which is CNMN, kale, mimosa, and Rockfort. All right. How you guys feeling?
I mean, I think the trivia made it pretty obvious.
I feel pretty superb.
Yeah. This is all right. Let's see them. Let's see. We got David says Cooking Mama. No. Johnny says Wario's Woods. That's incorrect. And John, the close answer, Rainbow Billy and the Curse of the Leviathan. Which, no, that is not it.
You know what's funny, David? This is actually, I know this. It's actually not Cooking Mama XXX, a porn parody.
I was so close to putting that as my guess.
You fucking idiot! I can't believe you didn't choose that.
God, if only.
Ugh.
No, this is Hi-Fi Rush. Which so this is it's weird. Last week Bethesda had this little like thing going on where they're like, hey, there are the games that we're going to be having, that we're working on. Not Starfield, though. We're not going to talk about that game. They made it very clear they weren't going to talk about that one. But one of the games they showed was this game. And then they're like, oh, by the way, it's out today. And yeah. And so like the studio is Tango Games. And they make the studio was made by the guy who originally created Resident Evil. And they did the Evil Within games and that Ghostwire Tokyo game recently. And so like it's a bunch of like spooky games and stuff. And then you see this game and it's all like colorful and and like rock and roll and bright and happy go lucky and stuff. And it's a third person character action game. Um, and like the gist of the story is like you're this dude and you're going into like this robotics factory, which if I'm not mistaken, most like robotics factories or any kind of like computer type situation is going to be a sterile environment. Like those guys wear like suits, so there's like no like contamination and whatnot in the processors. Would that be correct, Johnny?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can't create processors in a non-sterile environment.
Yeah, no, I think that meets the qualifications. Certainly the ones that I sent out in the request section.
So yeah, I tried to get both of them if I can. But so you go in and you notice that your character has like his arm in like a sling when he's walking in. And so I guess in this factory you can just go and get like new like cybernetic parts, which seems kind of interesting. And so he's trying to get a new arm, and something happens, and like an iPod falls into the machine, and he gets like an iPod like in his chest.
Oh no!
But it's like it makes everything around him like beat to the music, and so like this game when you play it, it's got rhythm. So like you have to basically like do your combos to the rhythm. But what's great is for like slobs like me, you don't get penalized for going off beat. It's just if you do get with the rhythm, you do more damage and stuff, and you have access to a few more abilities. But it's like Devil May Cry, but rhythm based. And like it looks cool. The writing is good. There's a robot cat. The animation it's great. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon. Like the transitions between cutscenes, between the cutscenes and the actual gameplay are pretty smooth. Like it's one of those games you're like, if this was just like a show, I probably would watch the show too. And like the action is good. Fighting a lot of robots and crazy protagonists or antagonists. There are some cool protagonists that you meet up. Like you meet this lady, and she's like, she's the owner of your robot cat that you can pet, which is very important for video games with animals in them, that you can pet them.
Yeah.
And the robot cat is amazing. It's so cute and funny. And they have a lot of cool things that help you with the rhythm. Like you can put like a little thing on the bottom to see where you should be hitting the button. Otherwise, like the cat floats like above you and blinks. Everything in the environment is moving to the beat too. So like literally like it's so like musical. They get like real licensed music in there too. Perfect Drug is in it. There's some like Prodigy stuff, a lot of Nine Inch Nails. Like it's got a lot of good stuff in there. And it's just a cool
certain 90s scumbag.
Yeah. And it's not like a long game either. So like if you just want like something fun to play for like a weekend, it's probably good for you. But it's cool because it came out of nowhere. No one had heard about this game, so no one was there to like. We haven't been following the development of for like a years, like nitpicking or saying, "Oh, I hope this happens in the game." They're just like, "Oh, cool, we got this game that looks cool. Guess what? It's out now. Play it, guys!" And everyone's like, "Oh shit, let's play it!" And everyone's having fun with it. And like it's already like obviously because there haven't been a whole lot of releases, but it's one of my games of the year already because it's really fucking good.
Say it's early in the year. I think you're the first person to bring a game that was released this year, so congratulations on that. So yeah, you're the only person so far with a game of the year candidate on the show. And I was going to say, I really do like hearing that it doesn't punish you for not being good with the rhythm thing.
Yeah.
Like that's, I like I can learn to keep a fucking rhythm, but like I just don't want to do it in like an action-packed game setting.
Well, you don't have to. Like
that's what I'm saying. I'm glad to know that
Yeah.
about this game. That's encouraging because, like, I tried like Crypt of the Necrodancer and fucking Cadence of Hyrule, and it just didn't click with me. And it's I don't know. I can't. It's like my brain isn't capable of doing rhythm and game. It's simultaneously. It somehow it doesn't click with me. Like I can like beat a little drum and fucking keep a rhythm. I can't do it by pressing buttons and trying to play a video game. That's just somehow my brain does not do that. So like this game does not punish you for that. It's very good for me.
And I feel like it does more to like help you. Like you'll get into the rhythm at times, and when you do, you'll be like, this is the best thing. And even when you're not, you're like, I'm having a good time, So like it's just a very, very just top-notch video game all around. Like the voice acting's good. There's some pretty silly jokes in it. Like I'm engaged. I don't like when the cutscenes are on, I'm not looking at my phone. I'm like, oh, I want to see what they're going to talk about. The dude, like his weapon is like looks like a trashy, like busted up guitar. But the better you do in your combos, the more like real your guitar looks. So like if you start doing like S rank combos and you like hit the dude, you got this like flying V guitar you're hitting him with. It's real cool. It's just really fucking rad.
Word. Do you think this game is going to be damaging in any way to the forthcoming like spiritual successor to fucking Jet Set Radio, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk? Like not only in that it simply just appeared and like kicks ass and does a beautiful cell shaded like crazy like futuristic city thing, but also like I don't know. I feel like they announced that Bomb Rush game a while back, and it's like you said, it's like this game just came out and there was no time to think about it. It was just here, and we all got to enjoy it. And Bomb Rush has been coming for a while, and it also has the word "rush" in it, and it's like is this going to be a letdown when it gets here? We've had too much time to think about it, man. Too much time to build it up.
Well, I don't think this game would be that much of a comparison because like that game, assumingly if it's going to be like Jet Grind, it's going to be more of like a movement based like situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like in this game, it's more like the combos and the story and stuff like that. Like
it's not really about magnetic rollerblading at all.
Yeah, the weakest part of the game is probably the platforming. Sometimes the jumping can feel a little janky, but like the rest of the game is like great.
It
but
just
like,
looks. I mean, that's the thing. I'm only getting that from the look of it. Like, it's got it's hip, it's cell shaded, it's modern. The city fucking looks insane. The characters are all well designed and very, very anime. And so I'm just like, man, I fucking hope hope nobody's disappointed when old Bomb Rush comes out and like we get a couple of new Hideki Naganuma tracks, but the game actually sucks. Like, man, I hope that this game doesn't like highlight issues in that fucking game. But maybe they just maybe they can avoid stepping on each other's toes. I hope so.
And your character wears a scarf, and I'm a sucker for cool video game scarves.
Hey man, I'm all about big scarf.
So
go all the way back to episode 1 of GTT, baby. We're all about that scarf.
Scarf life.
God, man, are we bringing the show full circle right now? Is this the last episode of Game That?
No.
Scarf. We did it, guys.
No.
Oh man, can we do that thing where we say goodbye to an empty room and shut the light off as we leave?
Oh, it's gonna happen, guys. I believe it. We've reached the series finale of Game That Tune, thanks to scarves. It was the scarf that did it, man. Could you get the scarf in this game as a pre-order bonus?
No, because you didn't know about it. How would you pre-order this game?
See, there's well played. So this game also, it avoids the whole. It avoids playing into the hands of Big Scarf, like tricking everybody into paying extra for a fucking a silly scarf. You just get the game and you enjoy the scarf in game. That's the way to be. Hyrule Warriors should have done that, quite frankly. But man, what a scarf! What a game!
I can't get over the idea of you know, each of us looking into our room, and then we just kind of quietly say, "Peace out, everybody."
Yeah.
And we flick
And
the
we all
light
have a
switch, shut the door.
Different video game scarf hanging in the room.
Then the camera pans over, and we all see George Lucas slamming his dick in a microwave.
Yeah. Wearing the scarf from Hi-Fi Rush.
Roll credits.
And the scarf from Hyrule Warriors.
It was beautiful, Johnny.
Yeah. Wow. I think we could probably get that going. Yeah, we can stage that up. It'll be good. Yeah.
What's Lucas up to? He'll do it.
He's not making any fucking movies, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, he's certainly not overseeing fucking the thing that he sold off. So what's he doing? He's so busy. He could CGI his face onto somebody else slamming their dick in a microwave. So worried about it.
He built low economy apartments in this real rich part of town, and the rich people are really upset with George Lucas, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just giving people a place to live for a reasonable cost. That's okay."
Yeah, just so happened you had a extra bit of land here.
Why does your George Lucas sound like Kermit the Frog?
Because that's what he sounds like.
Sound like Kermit the Frog.
I made Star Wars here.
Yeah.
George Lucas, Kermit the Frog, Bill Gates all sound exactly the same.
And Ray Romano.
He's close, but he's different enough.
Yeah. But have you ever seen George Lucas, Bill Gates, and Kermit the Frog in the same place at the same time? No.
Nope.
You have not. Certainly not building poor people apartments in nice parts of town. That's something only George Lucas would do. Fucking Kermit the Frog. Jeez. No charitable donations from Kermit. But anyway, Jesse, great pick. Cool game.
Yeah, it's surprise.
Yep. Johnny, I think it's time to fire up the calculating computer one last time.
No.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps.
Space.
Boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is John Harrington.
Oh, man. What do you know? It's me. Back again in the winner's circle. What a fucking show this was. A fantastic theme leading to one of our lowest scoring shows in recent memory. Man, oh man, Johnny, what a set of themes that you picked for this episode.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. That was the next thing I was going to say. How dare you? It's been good, man. I'm feeling sterile. I feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience. I'm seeing myself recording this episode, and I don't like what I see. So, it's been a good show. And I've got, I would say, an acceptable theme in mind for the next show. I was watching that Nintendo Direct today. Of course, we're recording this, Wednesday, February 8th. So, we got some Nintendo Direct stuff that we didn't really unpack on the show, but frankly, there wasn't very much to unpack. It was just kind of a perfectly fine Nintendo Direct. It had some trailers for some things we already knew about. A couple of surprises. David, what was your favorite surprise from the Nintendo Direct today?
Favorite surprise, I think, would probably be the port of Ghost Trick, Detective.
A remake of Ghost Trick. Jesse, what was your favorite surprise from the Nintendo Direct today?
I'm really hyped about the Game Boy stuff on the Nintendo Online service.
Mm-hmm. What is old is new again on Nintendo Switch. Johnny, did you watch the Nintendo Direct?
No.
Okay, I don't need to ask you. There were many, many nice looking things. A Metroid Prime remaster, for example, that thankfully I looked up and does not cost $60. I was going to be fucking angry if they wanted $60 for just one remaster of Metroid Prime. It's only $40, guys. But there was also that Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the Wii port, remade for the Switch. There were there were a few things they announced that were, like
Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars looks great. Don't get me wrong, but Ghost Trick. We Love Katamari getting a remake. Metroid Prime remastered. There were a few things that they announced in there. A new Samba de Amigo, which not a remake, but just a fascinating sequel after all these years. But it got me thinking, and you know what I want, guys? I want Samba de Amigo. So the theme, no, it's not Samba de Amigo. No, the theme is remakes. We're going to do this right this time, guys. It's either a remake of a game or it's a game where it's a remake of a previous game soundtrack. So you can have a Game Boy version of a game previously released on consoles, or you can have just some different version of a previous game's tunes. We're not doing the remix album thing that broke the show last time. I want games with remade soundtracks in game, or I want literal remakes of games. So we're going to do some remakes, keeping with the Nintendo Direct theme. So there you have it. Remakes. That's what we're going to do. It's what everybody does. Easy money, guys. We're just going to do this whole episode again next week with slightly different music.
We should do a clip show.
Guys, we absolutely should do a clip show.
I think that's what the free play jingles are.
Yes, exactly. Those are our clip shows. What the fuck?
He wants a clip show.
Yeah. Nacho wants a clip show, huh? Motherfucker. He does that to himself sometimes. Random aside about my dog's grooming habits. Sometimes he bites his own foot so hard that he yelps.
Oh,
he's a silly guy. He yelps himself. Anyway, remakes, remade soundtracks, or literal remakes of games on next week's episode of Game That Tune. I think it's gonna be fun. And guys, what a show it's been this week. Thank you guys, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. We are in your podcast devices on Tuesday mornings at GameThatTune.com or anywhere you get your podcasts. Be sure to drop us in your podcatcher, review, subscribe, do all the stuff that you do to a podcast to Game That Tune. Want to thank everybody for checking out Patreon. Of course, patreon.com/GameThatTune. We've got awesome exclusives. We've got Game That Tune gems. We've got mixtapes. We've got movie nights. We've got all kinds of fun things that we do at Patreon. And you help us keep the lights on at our 24/7 video game music live stream at radio.gamethattune.com. GTT.rocks. It's the home for video game music on the internet. And it's all made possible by patreon.com/GameThatTune. So check it out. Want to give a special shout out, of course, to our Patreon absurd fans: Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, Daniel Perky, Taylor Y, Sam L, Grimmery, Phoenix Tier 2121, and Beast Pond, a fantastic group of Patreon absurd fans. We love you guys all so much. Want to give a special shout out once again to our requester, Johnny, who made the request this week.
Acre in our Discord.
Yes, Acre. I know we gave you a lot of shit. Your requests are typically fine. Do better. Or other people that make requests do better than Acre. You can make.
He did get a point.
He did, and he didn't leave a voicemail to give a theme for this next episode, so I had to win the show. But make your requests in Discord or make them at GameThatTune.club, our fantastic social media site that definitely has died off since people, I guess, have just become more accepting of Twitter again. I don't know. We got to get GameThatTune.club back in the zeitgeist, baby. We had it for a second there. We had lightning in a bottle. So maybe just go over there and make your requests. Ping me or something. I don't know what you do on that site. But we love getting requests from you guys. So make them at GameThatTune.club or in Discord. And we're going home with some fantastic remake tunes. I said, moments ago, I want remade tunes, and I want a new Samba de Amigo. How about a remake of some Samba de Amigo tunes from a game that maybe will feature or not feature after hearing this on an upcoming episode of Game That Tune Gems. Released June 1st, 2003 in North America. I'm, of course, talking about Sonic Pinball Party. And, of course, I've got the Samba de Amigo board from Sonic Pinball Party, a remake of the theme from Samba de Amigo. So everybody brace your ears and get back with us next week for remakes. And we love you guys. Peace out, everybody. I could listen to that for hours. Rainbow Billy, The Curse of the Leviathan is copyright 2021 Mana Void Entertainment Incorporated. Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward is copyright 2012 Spike Chunsoft and Axis Games. Frog Gun is copyright 2022 Molegato and Top Hat Studios Incorporated. Out of Gas is copyright 1992 Real Time Associates. Hi-Fi Rush is copyright 2023 Tango Gameworks and Bethesda Softworks LLC.